Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, the Red Sox, they don't need a blowout offense every single night like they were doing against the Nationals and the Rockies. Listen, they don't need that. They only had 4 hits tonight, 3 for 8 with runners in scoring position. But they came through in a big way tonight. A nice clutch win. Marcelo Ceddy, King Ceddy. I'm going to just start calling him King Ceddy, I think, from now on. That man is amazing. He's just putting the Red Sox on his back so many times this year, coming up with the game-winning hit tonight. You got to love it. Marcelo Meyer, he's a cool cat, man. He is cooler than the other side of the pillow. You know, we're all feeling it there. The Rays got a late lead late in the game. You're thinking, well, here we go again. I guess we can only beat the bad teams. We can only beat the Nationals and the Rockies, just like the radio guys like to tell us. But the Rays, hey, they've been a good team this year, and they've actually been very good this year. I mean, they've been red hot over the last month or so. You know, well, minus the last week or so. They were dropping a couple of games there, but the Rays are always a tough team. They're always a pesky team for the Red Sox every single time. I mean, I think I'm probably 20 games under 500 with my record at Tropicana Field whenever I go there. It's every single time. The Rays are always a problem for the Red Sox, but the fact that they battled back late here tonight, getting the job done, you know, in a season where, you know, we've seen this time and time again where the Red Sox, they're down late in games and you're thinking, well, this might be it. I don't know. They're going to figure out another way to lose this one, right? Hey, they showed you a lot here. I think that was a big statement win, especially in the first game of a 4-game set. Going into the All-Star break, big implications on this one. And let's actually take a look here at the updated standings. Let's take a look-see, shall we? Well, would you look at that, ladies and gentlemen? Ladies and gentlemen, the Red Sox are now in sole possession of the third wild card. How many times have we seen the Red Sox? It feels like they're down and out for the count. They're not going to sit back up like The Undertaker does. They're done. Time to sell. Let's look towards the offseason. Let's start making our golf plans, our vacation plans for the offseason. But here they are, right back at it again. Third wild card, 50-45. They're now 9-1 in their last 10 games. They've won 7 straight games. That is the first time since the Red Sox won 8 straight games back in 2023. I didn't realize that. I thought they had at least a 7-game win streak last year. Not that I'm, thinking about that every single day, but wow. I can't believe that was the first time since 2023. So you got to love it. We got a super chat coming in. They actually dumped Hamilton. Oh, what happened here? What do you mean by that? Hold on a second. Wait, have I missed something here? Oh, they sent him down. Okay, I'm just seeing this news. I was getting ready for the show. Oh, is Bregman coming back? All right, yeah, that just dawned on my head. Wow, they're going to send Hamilton back down. Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting some news coming across my phone right now. Again, I was getting set up for everything, and I am seeing this right now as we speak. Chris Cotillo, David Hamilton going to Worcester, and I would imagine this is going to be for Bregman. I would think. I don't know, is it going to be Nate Eaton again? I don't think it's going to be Nate Eaton again. Well, let's keep our eye on that. I mean, I'm imagining it's going to be Bregman. I was thinking he was going to get activated for this series. So yeah, Mason, you're saying here Bregman will be back Saturday or tomorrow. That's what I'm thinking. I wonder why he wasn't activated for tonight. I don't know if that was out there. I didn't see it. I'm not sure. But all right, well, that's some big news. David Hamilton, he's come up with a few good moments here, but really on a consistent basis, Hamilton hasn't been able to provide a whole lot of offense for you. He's had a couple of goofs defensively. I think for Hamilton, if he ends up staying back down there for a little while, I think that's going to be the best thing. There's just been a lot of times where, when things go wrong, he seems to be in the middle of it. So we'll keep our eye on that for the rest of the night here tonight. Where was I? That kind of threw me off a little bit. How about Walker Buehler? Walker Buehler. Quality start tonight. Solid night. Again, it's not number 2 kind of production, or even, I guess you could say maybe a little bit of number 3, but that's kind of what you're expecting out of a 4 or a 5. A guy that's going to get you through, 5 or 6 innings. He'll give up a few runs along the way. He's not going to strike out a whole lot of guys. But at this point with Walker Buehler, I will take that. With, how up and down he's been this year. He's been trying to work his way back, start to start, really trying to find it here over the last few outings. I'm just glad he's not getting rocked. Now, he definitely could have had a much worse outing here tonight. He gave up a couple of home runs. He ran into a little trouble earlier in the game, but he was able to keep the damage at a minimum. And hey, big shout out to him. He was able to keep things under control here tonight. We'll get into the breakdown with him in just a little bit. But everyone, before I do get started, we will have a couple of sponsors here for tonight, but I do want to let you know there is something pretty cool going on with Foul Territory right now, and I want to make you aware of that. So right now, with Foul Territory, there is a really cool giveaway going on right now in the Chat BBC group chat with Foul Territory. So if you think you know a little bit about baseball, well, you can go prove it with the trivia game going on right now. You can go win yourself an authentic Major League Baseball jersey of your choice worth up to $400. All you got to do is go to foulterritory.chat. You play the trivia, you crush it, maybe you win, and then they pick one winner out of the top scores. So, as of right now, the deadline is July 13th, 11:59 Eastern Time. So get in there, go play, go win, then you can go brag about it, and maybe you could even win yourself a jersey. That's not too bad if you ask me. So go check that out. There's a lot of fun over at Chat BBC. Again, go to foulterritory.chat. Go join the fun. But let's get into the start here tonight for Walker Buehler. Let's get into that here with Walker Buehler. Like I said, overall, not a great night, not an amazing night, but he kept the damage down. He went 6 innings, 5 hits, 3 earned, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts on the night. 6 different pitches. I'm still not a big fan of that, not a huge fan. I really want this guy to just stick to a few pitches here. I mean, hey, if that's just what he likes to do, I mean, it is what it is, right? But he mostly went with fastballs. He was working in a lot of cutters and knuckle curves. Now, when it comes to the cutters and the knuckle curves, those are a couple of pitches the Rays have not had a whole lot of success against. And he induced a lot of weak contact on those pitches. He had an average exit velo tonight of 85 miles per hour. That is pretty solid. And this was very key for Walker Buehler here tonight. When it came to pitching in the zone, he really wasn't in the zone a lot. He was going outside of the zone quite a bit, getting these guys to reach outside the zone. And he was able to bait them in a lot here tonight and get that weak contact. Now, first inning, got off to a pretty solid start, had a good double play to start things off. Second inning, he had to work around a little trouble. This is where things could have gone pretty bad, but he was able to keep the damage down. Now, he worked around the Chandler Simpson base hit. He ended up stealing. Narvaez had the throwing error there. And then Christopher Morel, he ended up walking. He stole second. So with Chandler Simpson over at third, that speedy man, that guy is so fast for crying out loud. And Morel at second, you had a couple of runners there in scoring position, but he ended up getting the weak ground out to Tice. Narvaez throwing him out at first base. So, got a little hairy there with Buehler, but nice to see that he was able to get out of that. Ha-Seong Kim, first home run as a Tampa Bay Ray. I'm seeing Kim in this uniform here tonight. And, over on the main channel, I talk all things baseball, what feels like pretty much almost every day. But with Ha-Seong Kim over the last few years, I'm so used to seeing him in a Padres jersey. And I love the move. Even going into the offseason, I thought the Rays could be a good team for Ha-Seong Kim. I thought that could have been a good fit overall. And but still, even just seeing him in a Rays uniform, it was so weird. And of course, he hits a freaking home run, 2-run shot. Buehler just hanging a slider right down the middle, just a Buehler meatball, for crying out loud. I think he wanted to go a bit more away with it. It is what it is, right? He hung it. And then Junior Caminero, this guy's going to be in the home run derby. He's going to the All-Star game. He had a big home run there in the 6th inning. They made it 3-1. He walked Josh Lowe, but then ended up getting out of the inning. So, again, Walker, not a perfect night for him overall. But he worked around. He maneuvered his way through the lineup. Gave up a little bit of damage along the way. But right now, I will take this with Walker Buehler. I am A-OK with this. Before we get to the offense, that is the fun part of tonight. We do have a word from our sponsor. I'll be right back.
Hey, let's do a little player spotlight thanks to Arena Club. AJ, give me a player this season that you think is underrated and you might want to try and grab his card.
James Wood. I don't know that he's underrated, but Washington Nationals superstar in the making, and the first slab pack I ever opened had him in it. His rookie card, and the value is only going to go up and up and up. And I'm not going to sell it quite yet, Scott. I'm going to hold on to it because after he continues to hit big homers and put up the stats, make all-star teams, it's going to get more expensive for someone to buy for me.
This is his first full season in the majors. Keep that in mind. I think he's underrated. He's on a Nationals team that's meh. Not getting enough attention.
He might hit underrated 40 homers. When he makes the All-Star team this year, they're not going to be underrated.
That helps. He's been intentionally walked 4 times in a game. Anyway, if you want to try and find a Wood rookie card, go check out slab packs on Arena Club. And right now you can get 20% off your first slab pack. Or if you just want to go with a card purchase, go to arenaclub.com/FOUL. Use code FOUL. If you buy, sell, trade, collect, go for it.
Alrighty, let's get to it, shall we? Now, let's get to the offense here. Buehler kept the damage to a minimum, and that was very good for this offense here tonight to be able to claw their way back into this one. Now, Roman Anthony, he got us started in the 3rd inning. Ceddy with the base hit, wild pitch. He moved up to second base, and then Roman with the base hit to right. This guy is just so steady. I say this every single night. He's so poised up there. Just looks like he's been in the league for 10 years. Looks like he's in the prime of his career at this point, for crying out loud. He just looks good, man. He's just been a steady force at the top of the lineup. He's driving in runs. He's getting on base. He's drawing the walks. Listen, I'll go back to when, after they traded Raffy and I saw that he was batting second, my first thought was, yep, that was one of the reasons why they were okay with moving Raffy, because they knew they had a guy like this. And yeah, he got the Red Sox started here tonight. He ended up stealing second right after that. Toro with the walk, but then Narvaez had the strikeouts, so weren't able to add on there. But after that, after the 3rd inning, offense went completely quiet. Shout out to Taj Bradley. This guy was looking really good here tonight. He shut them down over the next 3 innings. They didn't give up one hit. He gave up 1 walk over those next few innings. But hey, Taj Bradley, they had a hard time with him tonight. But the Rays bullpen, very inconsistent this year. Remember, they actually just made a trade for Brian Baker with the Orioles. He came in here today. 7th inning. The Rays, they got a draft pick. The Orioles got a draft pick back for him. You get the draft this weekend. I'm excited. Come join me. Draft night, Sunday night. I'm going to be reacting to all the picks, especially the Red Sox pick at number 15. I'm excited for it. You can find that over on the main channel. I'll be live over there. 7th inning. Trevor Story. How many times have we seen this? Trevor Story, he gets on, hit, walk, whatever it may be, and then he steals second base. It happens so many times. That's his 15th stolen base on the year. He moved into scoring position. Romy with the walk. And then Marcelo Meyer, the cool cat, cooler than the other side of the pillow, man. Big double into the gap to the monster. Trevor Story scored. Now, Romy held up at third base, and I started having a little bit of PTSD in that moment because I'm thinking, oh, no, there's no outs. Please don't get thrown out. Remember that? Remember Romy not too long ago? He ran past second base, ended up getting thrown out. And I'm thinking, please don't do this again. Don't, just stay. And he ended up staying. That was the right move. There were no outs. He stayed at third base. Could he have scored? Probably. honestly. I thought he was going to come home. But ended up staying there. Couple of runners on. Here comes Ceddy. King Ceddy staying hot. Base hit, made it 4-3. And that was a big reason why you hold up with no outs. You had a couple of runners in scoring position there. Imagine he does run home, ends up getting thrown out. Well, we could be having a completely different conversation at this point. So, but Ceddy getting the job done. He's been clutch so many times this year for the Red Sox. I still can't believe he's not at the All-Star game. I don't get it. I don't understand. This guy's amazing. Bullpen, they ended up coming in. Chris Murphy, he's been pretty solid here. He's been very solid. Shut it down the 7th inning. Whitlock shut it down with a couple of strikeouts in the 8th. And Chapman with a couple of strikeouts in the 9th. 16th save on the year. Solid win. Absolutely solid win. Again, we got away, and we expected this. We didn't think the Red Sox were going to, be scoring, 10 runs every single time, especially against a good team like the Rays, right? Yeah, that's fun against the Nationals, the Reds, the Rockies, but it's always going to be a battle with the Rays. And this was a good win, and I'm glad they had a win like this because, well, first of all, maybe it shuts up the radio guys for a little bit. Listen, they are entertaining. I do like listening to what they have to say sometimes because I like listening to both sides of the coin. I like the analytical side of things. I like the radio talk side of things, But they showed you here tonight that, hey, maybe they are really getting on track here, right? It's not just wins against bad teams that, maybe they are really coming together here and they are starting to really move forward. Very good win. And we still got 3 more games to talk about, and we'll see how the rest of this series goes. But have we got any update on Bregman? Have we got any update on Bregman here? Is anything getting reported? Again, I always have to... Hamilton, he got sent back down. It's pretty much obvious that, Bregman's coming back here. That's going to be great to see Bregman back in the lineup. And what I love here is that the Red Sox have gotten all of this together without Bregman, right? And this is why I do think Bregman needs an extension because he's been so good just for the whole clubhouse and for the young guys off the bench. Or sitting on the bench, right? Talking with the guys in the clubhouse, still rooting on the team. You know what I mean? Like, this is the team player that the Red Sox, I think, need to extend. He's the face of the franchise, in my opinion. I think that guy needs to get a long-term deal. I'm going to be very happy when he gets back on the field. So, and don't forget, Hunter Dobbins is going to be coming back here, too. So, again, I need to, kind of check everything here. Let me kind of pull up. I've been also so busy today. Been very busy today. Finishing up the mock draft. Going to be posting that over on the main channel. And, that's going to be tomorrow. I'm excited to post that. I've been very busy with that today. So I haven't really been keeping up with a whole lot of roster stuff. But it doesn't look like anything's come in. But, Hunter Dobbins, I would imagine he's going to be activated here soon. And then Bregman. So we'll see how everything goes. But Hamilton is getting sent back down. So let's get to the player of the game. And we're actually going to do this in a pretty fun way here tonight. We are actually going to be doing our DraftKings player spotlight. So let's talk about my player of the game. All right. So my player of the game here tonight. We got Ceddy Rafaela, the clutch game-winning hit for him tonight. But this guy's been red hot. Absolutely red hot. Over his last 7 games, he has a slugging at 1,000. He's hitting .444 over his last 27 ABs, 3 homers, 10 RBIs. Over his last 30 games, he's hitting .298, a .342 on base, a .577 on the slugging, 6 homers, 18 RBIs, 5 stolen bases in there as well. Ceddy is my player of the game, and he is the player that I'm going to be spotlighting for DraftKings tonight. So, Over on DraftKings, you can head on over. You can go make a play for yourself, maybe go win yourself some cash. But as of right now for the game tomorrow, it is projected Dobbins will be getting the start. He is at plus 1.5. Drew Rasmussen and the Rays, they are minus 1.5, so they are the favorites here. But you know what? If I were to go with a guy that I think is going to hit a home run tomorrow, I'm going to go with Ceddy. You know why? Because Ceddy, he's going up against Drew Rasmussen, who does have a good fastball this year. He's in the 99th percentile when it comes to the fastball. But you know what? I trust in King Ceddy because he hits fastballs very well. If we take a look here, when it comes to Ceddy on the year, he's got a 4.8 run value against fastballs. He's been a good fastball hitter. And you know what? We can actually go take a look here when it comes to the numbers here with Cedon. Now, when it comes to the fastball, he's got a 422 slugging against the fastball this year. He's got 5 home runs as well. So I'm going to go with Ceddy to go deep tomorrow against Drew Rasmussen. I mean, they're going to need it, right? Drew Rasmussen, he's been pretty solid this year. But Ceddy, I'm expecting a nice game from him tomorrow. But everyone, just to let you know, now with DraftKings, if you go use the code FOUL, right, for new customers, you get $150 in bonus bets instantly when you just bet $5. Not a bad deal, if you ask me. Only on DraftKings, the crown is yours. Now, let's get to the Game 2 preview here. Like I said, we're talking here. Ceddy, Drew Rasmussen. But this is going to be a pretty tough matchup, right? If I were to pull up the numbers for Rasmussen on the year so far, he has been very solid. Now, we did talk about him a little bit last night. Now, let me pull up here the numbers, and let's go take a look. So, ERA at a 2.82, FIP at a 3.68, 18 starts, 89 and a third innings pitched. Now, with Rasmussen here, he just hasn't really been able to go deep into games. I mean, he only went a couple in his last start. I'm not sure what happened there, but didn't really go. I mean, he only went 3 against the A's, so I'm not sure what's exactly happening. But when it came to KC, I don't know if he opened. No, he started those games, so I guess he was playing more of an opener. I don't know. I mean, his last start, he went 6 innings, was against the Marlins about a month ago. So let's see if the Red Sox can maybe get to him a little bit here. Now, when it comes to Rasmussen, like I said, he's got a good fastball in the year. Now, for the Red Sox, I'm looking to see if they can take advantage of some of the breaking balls. He's got a 29th percentile breaking ball run value on the year so far. So I'm looking at guys like Trevor Story, who has hit breaking balls very well. We just looked at Ceddy not too long ago. He's hit a breaking ball. He's got 5 home runs against breaking balls this year. So I'm looking for those guys to really come through. And we'll see. Again, maybe Ceddy won't get a home run off of a fastball, but if he hangs a breaking ball right over the plate, that could be a good opportunity for Ceddy to go yard. We'll see. But we are looking at Hunter Dobbins here as well. So Dobbins going to be coming off the IL. And let's pull him up here. Let's take a look at the overall numbers with him. Remember, he went on the IL, had I believe it was I guess, inflammation in the elbow. Is that what you want to call it? But he did have a rehab start. He went 5 scoreless in AA. Only give up 2, he gave up 1 run. Apologies. Only 2 hits. But he struck out 8. So he looked pretty good. So I would imagine, he went 5 innings, so I think the Red Sox, they're just going to let him loose tomorrow. I don't think they're going to go crazy, but I think if his pitch count is looking pretty modest for the most part, I don't think they're going to really keep him on any kind of a pitch count. But he's been solid this year. ERA at a 4.10, FIP a little bit lower at a 3.86. Now if we take a look here at StatCast, keeps the walks down. He's going to throw a lot of strikes. Barrel percentage, that's at a pretty healthy rate, 69th percentile. Gets a lot of ground balls as well. So, hey, if Bregman is back in the fold for tomorrow, I would imagine Marcelo Meyer is going to move over to second base. And that makes sense if David Hamilton is getting sent back down, because of Meyer. And I'm glad Meyer was not sent down, to be very honest with you. People were talking about this maybe as a possibility on the radio. I can't remember where else I was hearing this, and people are saying, oh man, does he get sent back down? I'm thinking, nah, man, don't send this guy down. He is not the guy to send down. And he just showed you that tonight, right? Yeah, obviously he's still learning here at the major league level, but he's coming through in big moments, and he's giving you good defense. Right now, he's your best option at second base, and I'm okay with Hamilton going back down for a little bit. If someone goes down, however it may shake out, then sure, okay, Hamilton comes back up. But I'd like for Hamilton to get in a bit of a rhythm down in the minor leagues, right? Start getting that bat going a little bit. Remember that bat last year? Man, he was red hot at one point. But let's see if he can figure something out offensively down there to get a bit more consistent. But Marcelo Meyer, second base, that's what needs to happen right now. It would have been silly to send him back down, in my opinion. But everybody, we are going to wrap it up right there. I do want to say thank you for coming out here tonight. Hey, great win. Love to see it. The Red Sox are looking great. They got the third wild card right now. They've won 7 straight games. Everything's looking good. And I'm glad they won in this fashion here tonight. You don't just need to blow the door open every single time. They beat a tough team here tonight. They got a clutch win. You got enough from Walker Buehler. I like wins like this. Sure, blowouts are fun, but I like clutch wins as well. But everybody, thank you for joining me here tonight. If you can on the way out, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll talk to you next time.